Happy Friday, everyone. It's hashtag FAQ Friday. Now, keeping your hospitality business finances in good shape, especially when you're preparing for the slower winter season, is crucial. So I'm going to give you some top tips to manage your finances effectively and build a winter buffer. So, first of all, create a seasonal cash flow forecast. Ideally, you'll have a budget forecast for the year, but creating a seasonal cash flow forecast helps you project income and expenses month by month, including slower winter months, and then identifying this cash flow forecast, identify cash shortfalls early and plan accordingly. Update the forecast regularly to reflect actuals and changes so that if you're not having the best summer months, then at least you can act accordingly and start putting things in place to help and build your business so that it helps and impacts positively in your business. And then build a dedicated winter reserve fund completely set aside fixed percentage of profits from peak months into separate savings to help and support you to manage that effectively. Put it in a separate savings account that gives you interest if possible. And treat this as a non-negotiable expense like paying the bills. You'll be amazed at how quickly you can start saving up, and then use this fund to cover operational costs during the quieter periods if need be, but as a backup support, not as the go-to for your expenses. And then control your costs aggressively. Review all your supplier contracts and renegotiate better terms where possible. Audit all expenses monthly to cut unnecessary costs. Get your team involved because it's important to implement energy saving measures to reduce utility bills, especially in the winter months when things can just escalate, and that's when peak pressure comes in. So manage inventory smartly, avoid overstocking seasonal items. This is really important to communicate why it's important for your team. If they bulk buy and they get reduced elements of the stock, but actually doing it effectively with the cash flow in mind is more effective. And be really mindful about overstocking seasonal items that might not sell in winter, and use inventory management tools to track and optimize your stock levels. Get your team really need to be involved with all this to help and support you to deliver. And then consider offering winter promotions to move surplus stock and added value packages, etc. And then review your pricing and profit margins. Analyze your menu and service profitability regularly. Focus on high margin items and then adjust pricing where necessary. But communicate value clearly to your customers. That's so key here, so that people don't think they're being ripped off or they're not getting value for money. So it's over serving and making sure that you are delivering effectively, but it's all to do with the right communication, clear communication. Diversify revenue streams, introduce winter specific offers like festive events, private hire or takeaway options. So many packages that you can offer here, and explore partnerships with local businesses for cross promotion or bundled packages. And I've done a few FAQ Fridays on that specific element. And then stay on top of receivables and payables. Really know your numbers is so key. Follow up promptly on outstanding invoices and schedule supplier payments to maintain good relationships but optimize your cash outflows. So really know your numbers and what's going out, what's coming in, and mitigate the risk. And then use accounting software and get professional help if needed. Invest in reliable accounting tools to automate tracking and reporting. I can help and support you, by pointing you in the right direction for these. And regularly review financial reports and obviously KPIs, and get your team involved with the KPIs. If they don't like KPIs, call them targets. Everybody's got to live by targets throughout life, and it's really important that you get your team on board and sorting this out. And then consult with an accountant or financial advisor to plan your tax and cash flow strategies effectively. This is so important. You might be surprised at what you can save here. And then plan for seasonal staffing costs, anticipate changes in staffing needs and budget accordingly, and be smart with that. And then consider flexible staffing options to manage labour costs, but also whilst you're managing labour costs during the off-peak times, being mindful that they may have overused their hours during the peak times. So see how you can manage it and communicate that properly as well. And keep a close eye on key financial metrics, monitor gross profit margin, net profit margin, the cash runway and liquidity ratios. Use these metrics to make informed decisions and adjust your operations as and when needed. And that is so key. So if you'd like any help in creating a simple cash flow forecast, or if you want any budgeting help or budgeting checklists tailored to your hospitality business, please get in touch with me. You can have a 20-minute no obligation call so I can help you and serve you better, because my ultimate is to help 1 million busy business owners and managers to live your best lives by being emotionally, physically, mentally and financially free from your businesses. And if you have liked what you've heard today and you want to hear more top tips on business, but also to help and support you to get to live your best life, then please subscribe, like and share. Sharing is caring. But if you've got any questions at all, please DM me or use the email. Send me an email, alison@ajlx.com. So please get in touch, and I'm here to help and support you. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope that's been of help. And please have a great Friday, and have a happy weekend, and start squirreling away that money now whilst you're making hay while the sun's shining. Make some money, put it away, and then you've got coverage just if and when you might need it in the future. Thank you for joining me. Bye bye.